Hi, hello, namaste. How are you all? How is the energy? Hope it's beautiful. So let's start this session with the beautiful affirmations. Nothing wrong with me. I'm learning and evolving. Nothing wrong with me. I'm learning and evolving. Okay, and one more affirmation. I'm learning from every mistake. Okay, and becoming wiser and stronger each day. I'm learning from every mistake, becoming stronger and wiser each time. Why, ma'am, you always come with with always like the energy, how is the energy? Or I always speak in terms of energy, right? So, it'll go high, it'll be low, and it'll be in the medium. So many times the reason is like we will be leading life either in the past or in the future. Living in the moment, living in the present, it's challenging. Okay, so these affirmations, whatever we tell, if we keep telling every day, so in the situations, okay, in certain situations where we are not able to cope up, okay, when we are low, high means definitely no problem, okay, we can go to a next higher level. So if we are low or in the middle range, so it's better we have to recall these affirmations so that we can lead a life in the present, not in the past, not in the future. Right? It's for that reason I always start with these affirmations, and I just don't want you to listen or watch these affirmations. I want you to repeat along with me. Right? So what is the affirmation? Nothing wrong with me. I'm learning and evolving, and I'm learning from every mistake, becoming stronger and wiser each day. How beautiful, right? So let's start the session now. So what we have for today's session. So in this session, I'll be taking up the passing package for first PUC computer science. How beautiful, isn't it? See here, in the last session, I had taken up one model paper, solutions, okay, solution for the entire model paper. In this particular video will be focusing on the passing package. Is it only for getting around? So what is the passing package according to me? Okay, according to me, I'll explain. So this passing package definitely will be able to get 60 marks for sure. 60 marks for sure, and if you get more than 60, definitely it's a kind of a bonus for you. So out of 11 chapters, you need not have to study all the 11 chapters. You can just be thorough with 7 chapters and some definite questions from these chapters. Definitely you're going to get 60 plus, 60 for sure, plus is a bonus, as I told you. Clear? So we'll just continue with this passing package, and one more thing I would like to add on here. So I'll be covering morely on the patterns, and of course on the output prediction. I think you've seen, right? So you've seen the questions in the 5 markers. So in the preparatory papers and all, you would have seen. So wherein more focusing is on the patterns, and also we have on the output prediction, and also how to write the answers for some theoretical questions. All these will be discussing. Okay, so I want you to watch the entire video, and please do post any kind of comments or any kind of improvements that we can make, and the comments definitely help us to improve. It's a platform for us to improve. So let's start the session now. So we have a computer system. So in this computer system, we have total marks allocated as 17 marks. So the breakups also is given here. So 2 5 markers from part D. Okay, 2 5 markers from part D we have, and after that we have 3 marker 1 and 2 marker 1 and 1 plus 1. As I told you very clearly, like these 1 markers like MCQs and fill in the blanks, whatever you'll be able to answer from the set of questions what you've learned, and definitely it's like a bonus for us, right? So we'll start with the first question from the 5 markers here. So functional block diagram means the same. Explain the components of the computer system also means the same. So how the marks will be allocated here? So input device will carry 1 mark. Input device, how you have to explain? Input device you explain. Okay, that will be. Okay, or else let's consider as input unit. Then we need to write as an output unit. Okay, unit wise you're supposed to write it. Unit wise you're supposed to write it, and then we have a memory unit, you explain, and after that we have a CPU, you explain, and then the diagram is there. This will carry 1 mark. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, total 5. This is how the allocation of marks takes place. Is the point clear? Don't explain as a paragraph. I had explained to you in the earlier video as well. So we'll go with the next question. What is an operating system? And mention the functions of the operating system. It's a very repeated asked question. So what is an operating system? Definition will carry 1 mark. And what are the functions of operating system means? Remember students, you're supposed to write the answer for process management, not processor. It's process. A program and execution is called process. Clear? Process management. Then we have a memory management. Then we have file management. And after that we have a device management. Okay, totally 4 functions are there. Major, of course, as you learned, an operating system is a resource manager. So it's totally, we have 4 different functions of operating system. So these 4 you have to write it, explain it, and give one definition. 1 plus 4. It will be 5 marks. This is how you're supposed to explain. Explain the types of user interfaces of the operating system. So totally we have 5 user interfaces. You need to explain each one of them. That's going to be a command-based interface, GUI, graphical user interface, voice-based interface, gesture-based interface, and also touch-based interface, right? These are the different types of user interfaces. What is microprocessor and explain its features? So you need to write the definition here. CPU fabricated in a single silicon chip, and all the specifications, features of microprocessor. That means what? We have a word size, we have a core, isn't it? And then we have a RAM size, isn't it? So all those things will be a part of the microprocessor specification. 1 plus 4. So 1 plus 4 will be the marks allocated for this. Is it clear? So we'll just go for the next question. That is, explain the programming languages. So programming languages, it's a very simple question they've given in terms of the paragraph in the textbook. So, but you should highlight the points there. That means we have a low level language and we have a high level language. Low level language, again, it's been classified as in high level, low level language is further classified as what? Machine level language. Okay, machine level language and assembly level language. So these are the different types of programming languages wherein you need to focus on all these languages and explain. So definitely you will be able to get 5 marks here. So low level language, 5 marks only, okay. So low level languages will carry 2.5 marks, and this of course high level languages will carry 2.5 marks. So that's how the distribution of marks is going to take place. So we'll go for the next question, and that's going to be the 3 markers. So what about the first question in the 3 markers? Write a note on cache memory. Cache, let's pronounce as cache. Okay, so what is cache? Cache is going to be in high speed temporary memory, different types of cache you write, and what is the need, what are the different types of cache. If you know it is well and good, you can write that also. Some important 3 points you need to write. When they have asked with 3 marks, at least write some 4 points. Even though you've written 1 wrong point, definitely it will add on for that, right? Some 3 valid points they can take in for consideration. So we'll go for the next. Write a note on primary memory and give example for it. So what is primary memory definition? And also you need to write the example there, like this RAM and ROM, you're supposed to write it and give some explanation related to the primary memory. So differentiation between the RAM and ROM. So differentiation means ensure that you need to write it in the form of table. Okay, very simple. You can write it in the form of expansion only. You can write it. That is random access memory. Then we have a read-only memory, and you can also tell why RAM is used. For storing the currently executed instruction, for storing the boot up instructions, you can write some points for RAM and ROM. Write it in the form of table. That you can get the marks immediately. If you write it as a paragraph, no, they have to go through with the question. They have to go through with the answer, So it's better you make it a clear representation of your answer. That's going to be important. So differentiate between the compiler and the interpreter. So let's focus on this question. So compiler and interpreter means what? Let's going to differentiate between this compiler and interpreter in terms of three important terminologies. Just remember these keywords and differentiate. So what are the three important keywords you have to remember here? That's going to be I. I means what? Input. Then what we have, so I'm going to take it as EE. What is this, ma'am? You're telling E something and all. Input, based on the input will differentiate, based on the execution will differentiate, and based on the errors also we can differentiate between the compiler and the interpreter. So in case of a compiler, what happens? The entire program, okay, let me write the difference here. Okay, interpreter and then the compiler. In case of a compiler, entire program is taken into consideration for the compilation. Is the point clear? So while checking the syntax error or whether it is converting from input from the high level language to the low level language, it has to do that conversion, right? So for that, for converting, okay, for compiling, it's going to take the entire program. Ma'am, what do you mean by that? Consider a program as having 20 lines. How many lines? How many lines? 20 lines. So 20 lines are there. Ma'am, it is not there. That's fine, okay? It's just for the reference I've written. So 20 lines are there. And here for the interpreter, also will consider 20 lines. But compiler, it will take all 20 lines at one shot. Here also I have to execute. Here also I have to execute. I'm telling you how does the execution takes place in case of a compiler. So in case of a compiler, it takes the all 20 instruction at one shot, and then it checks the syntax. Then it's going to check for the errors. Clear? In case of interpreter, it is even though you have given, okay, let me erase this part not to get confused. Okay, so 1 minute. Okay, so let me erase this part. Okay, so what is it? So I just told you about the interpreter. Interpreter is going to take one line out of 20 lines. I'm not interested in all the 20 lines. Just give me one line. I'll just check whether it is syntactically correct. You know, if it is syntactically correct, I'm going to convert it. If there is an error, I'll display the error. Line by line instruction, line by line execution of the instructions. All input is what? Entire program is going to consider as an input here. It's out of that entire 20 lines, it's going to take one line. I mean, don't ask me to study all 11 chapters in one day. No, it is not possible. I'll sit and study 2 chapters one day, or 3 chapters one day, or 1 chapter one day. Correct? No, it will become too much, right? So interpreter is going to take one line by line, and then it is going to check the syntax and convert it. That's going to be input. Errors or the execution. Execution will be done if it's completely error-free in all the 20 lines. All the 20 lines should be error-free. Error-free means you can understand. No, there should not be any error. Then it will execute. Here, if there is an error, so it has executed all these 15 lines, and suppose there is an execution, there is an error in the 16th line. Okay, there is an error in the 16th line. That means first 15 instructions will be executed. First 15 will be executed. 16th one, it is going to stop because error is there. What about the errors? I just told you, as and when the error is occurred, it will display the error. As and when the error crops, it will display. There is an error in the first line, it will display. There is an error in the 16th line, it will stop, but it executes all the 15 lines. But error will be displayed at the end only in case of compiler. Clear? So we'll just go for the next question. Explain the types of bus. There are 3 types of bus. So what is bus, students? A set of parallel wires for carrying information. What kind of information we can carry, ma'am? One is address, one is data, one is to tell what you have to do, what you have to do with that. Whether you have to read, whether you have to write, whether you have to give it to the input device, whether you have to receive from the input device, what you have to do. So, bus are basically of three types of bus: data bus, address bus, and control bus. Explanation for each type. We'll go with the 2 markers of this chapter. That's going to be defined processor and microcontroller. Very simple. I told you about microprocessor. That's going to be a single a CPU fabricated in a single silicon chip is called as microprocessor. Microcontroller is what? Microcontroller is a small computing device which consists of a CPU, memory. Okay, CPU is there, memory is there, I/O devices. Memory means RAM, ROM both. See, RAM, ROM should be there, okay. All these devices are embedded in a single silicon chip. In other ways also we have, ma'am, in CPU also we have all those things. What is the difference then? All embedded in a single chip. A small computing device consisting of a CPU, memory that comprises of RAM and ROM, and then the I/O devices in a single chip is called what? Microcontroller. Clear? We'll go with the next question. Write a note on PUC line. Some important points you can write about the PUC line here, and explain proprietary software and free software. Some definitions you can write here. Clear? So we'll just go for the next. Okay, let's start with the next chapter. That's going to be in encoding schemes and number systems. So totally this chapter is going to be 9 marks, and the breakup is given here. So it's going to be 5 plus 3 plus 1. 5 marker, 1 definite question will be there in part E. In part E, one hot question is there, no? So definitely 1 conversion question for sure. And 1 3 marker will be there, and 1 2 marker will be there. Sorry, 1 marker will be there. So 5 marker is going to be this conversion only, so we have to pay a little bit attention. So just focus on this, you'll be able to do on your own. So what is that? How do you remember? Ma'am, I remembered everything but I'll forget. So if you just write down this in your notebook, it's really going to helpful if you focus this. So we have a binary to decimal. I need to convert binary. Let's consider 1010. I have to convert. I don't know what is this number in decimal. Okay, binary I have to convert into decimal. Similarly, I have to convert octal to decimal and hexadecimal to decimal. Any number system to decimal means very simple. We'll try to do for 1. You will be able to generalize for everything. So this binary number system I have to convert into decimal. I want to cross verify this. How will we do it? You just raise it to the powers of 2. For example, let's consider 21. How will you get 21, students? Decimal only I'm telling. Decimal, how will you get 21? It's going to be 10 to the power of 0 and 10 to the power of 0 and 10 to the power of 1. Raise it to the power of 10s. That means what? 2 into 10 to the power of 1 plus 1 into 10 to the power of 0. 2 into 10 means what? 20. This is 20 plus 1 gives you 21. Understood? No? Same logic applies for everything. What logic? Ma'am, how to convert binary to decimal? Means raise it to the power of that respective base. Raise it to the power of 2. 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3. Okay? It is all in terms of 1, 1 only there. I'm not going to consider 0, 0. It is only for 1s I have to consider. Because 0 into everything is 0 only. So it is very simple. 8 plus 2, that means 10. It's right. Getting my point? Very simple. 1 answer for all these conversion. Any other number system to decimal. Any other means what, student? It should be binary, octal, or it can be hexadecimal. No. Any other number system to decimal means raise it to the power of 2. Raise it to the power of 2, 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2. Raise it to the power of 2 for binary. Raise it to the powers of 2. Octal to decimal means raise it to the power of 8. 8 per 0, 8 per 1, 8 per 2. Sorry, I should be writing like this. 8 per 0, 8 per 1, 8 per 2, 8 per 3. Ma'am, what about if I have some 1010 here? Point means you have to raise it in terms of negatives. 2 per minus 1, 2 per minus 2, 2 per minus 3, like that you have to go. What nully it is only with respect to raising it to the powers of 2, raising in terms of powers of 8, raising in terms of powers of 16. 16 power 0, 16 power 1, 16 power 2, and dot is there means 16 power minus 1, 16 power minus 2. One short answer. What is the answer? In order to convert any other number system to decimal means raise it to the power of respective base. Powers of 2, powers of 8, powers of 16. Clear? So we'll go for this. Ma'am, I have to convert from decimal to all other number system. From decimal, I have to convert into all other number system. For example, I have 12. I have 12. Okay, I'll take 10 only because you've got it. No, I've got 10 now. 10. Will you get confused? That is also 10. This is also 10. Okay, let me repeat it. 10 to the base of number is 10. It's a decimal number system. This should be converted into binary. How do you do it? Very simple. You divide by 10. 2 5s are 10. Remainder is 0. 2 2s are 4. Remainder is 1. 2 1s are 2. Remainder is 0. Students, consider these also. Okay, put one arrow like this. Important. Because you will forget these two. You would have got it, but while giving an answer, you will forget this. 1010, we got it. Clear? So, we'll generalize now. Decimal to binary. Decimal, we have got 10. Let me consider for some other number so that you should not have confusion now. We have a 13. I'll just convert this into binary. Keep dividing by 2. Okay. 2 6 are 12, 1, 2 3s are 6, 0, 2 1s are 2, 1. So what is the answer? Answer is going to be 1 1 0 1. This is going to be binary. Ma'am, is it right? 13, you are telling 13, 13, everything right. How right, ma'am? Can we verify? How to convert binary to decimal, students? Any other number system back to decimal, raise it to the powers of 2. 2 per 0, 2 per 1, 2 per 2, 2 per 3. What? 8 plus 4 plus 1. 12 plus 1, 13. We got it. Clear? Very simple. Decimal to any other number system. Decimal to any other number system means what you're supposed to do, divide it by 2 for the integer part. Ma'am, they have a number like 13 point. Okay, we have a number like 13.25. Okay, ma'am, we have a number like 13.25. 13.25 is a number which comprises of integer part and we have a fraction part. Integer part means what? For that you have to divide by 2, divide by 8, divide by 16. I'll write it here for integer. Below is the fraction. Okay, integer. This is also integer. I'll just write down, okay? Then I will explain. Integer. 13 should be converted. Ma'am, in this 13 only no fraction part. You just divide by 2. Divide by 2 is the answer. For converting integer part of decimal number system to binary means divide by 2. How to convert decimal integer part of decimal number system to octal? Divide by 8. We are generalizing. What about how to convert decimal number system to hexadecimal system in terms of only integer part? In terms of only integer part means what? Hope you can understand here. It means, for example, I have written something called DAD. DAD 0.25. Can it be a valid hexadecimal number system, no, so it's going to be in hexadecimal. Let's consider another number system. Okay, 13.25 only we can consider. This is going to be integer, this is going to be fraction. Here for the integer part means what? Divide by 16. And this is go. Ma'am, what about fraction part, ma'am? What about fraction part, ma'am? What about fraction part? Can you tell me? It's just the reverse. All reverse, reverse. What you did for converting integer. Okay, let me use it. What did we convert? What did we do while converting integer part to binary? We divide by 2, divide by 8, divide by 16. Now, how will you convert the fractional part of the decimal number system to respective base? It can be binary, octal, or can be hexadecimal. Ma'am, it's just the reverse. That means what? Divide is there, no, multiply now. Reverse means what? Multiply. Multiply by 2. Multiply by 8. Multiply by 16. Okay, we have 13.25, no? So this 13 we would have got it. Okay, let me erase off everything now. I'm going to erase it. So if you want, you can take a screenshot. I'll just go for the explanation now. You can take, if you want, you can take a screenshot. Okay, I'll just clear all the screen so that you can understand. Okay, we have a 13.25 is there. This has to be converted into binary, we'll consider. This has to be converted into binary. So how do we do it? Very simple. 13 to we got it. It was 1 1 0 1. It's like dividing by 2. Dividing by 2 and just take a reverse, you will get this. This fraction part, how? Multiplied by 2, multiplied by 8, multiplied by 16. Very simple. 0.025 into 2. 0.5 will get. Take the fraction part of it. Ma'am, fraction part, if I get 1.5 means how will I take fraction part? 0.5 you should take. If I get this answer as 3.5, something we'll consider. You should not take 3.5, you should always take fraction of it, 0.5. Clear in this take to no integer part, it was only 0.5 is there. So we'll take 0.5, 0.5 into 2. And we got 1.0. 0 into 0 is what? 0 into 2 is 0 only. No, we have to stop. That means the answer for this question is what? 1101 point this thing. You should take it. Integer part you consider, and the arrow goes like this from top down approach. That was bottom up. This is top down approach. 0 1. This is the answer. Clear? Understood? Remember, any other number system back to decimal means? Any other number system back to decimal means? It was very simple. You just have to write it in terms of 2, 8, 16. Decimal. From decimal, DD. Just remember DD. D is what? D means decimal to any other number system. Means divide, 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 divide. For what? For the integer part. What about for the fraction part? Keep multiplying by 2, multiplying by 8, multiplied by 16. Clear? So such questions will be asked. So what is the question? So like this, bead is 16. You convert this into octal. You convert this into binary. You convert this into what? Convert this into decimal number system. Okay, this very simple one, you can convert it into decimal and then do it. That is one. Athwa, this is very simple. In the yesterday's class, in the model question paper, I had given one big table, like for conversions, that you take it. So what does B represents, what does E represents, what does A represents, and what does D represents? That will be done with binary. So let me write it, what does B represents. Okay, I'm going to do this now for you. Okay, so B is what? It's nothing but 1011. 1010 is 10. Okay, correct? Huh? Yes, 1010 is 10 and B is going to be. Okay, let's verify. We can verify anyways, isn't it? 8 plus 2, 10, 11. Correct? B is 11. So we have E. E is for what? EF anta barutte 1110. This is B. This is E. A we know 1010. And what about D? D is what? 1101. 110 is 12 and this is going to be C. If you don't know, write that whole table. This whole thing, if you write it, if I write like this, better you should write it with the space. Okay, then you know more clarity will be there. So this part we have done. This you know how to convert hexadecimal to, how to convert hexa to decimal? Hexa to decimal. Any other number system to decimal? Can you recall? Any other number system to decimal means raise it to the power of 16. Raise it to the power of 16. Clear? So we'll go for this now. So how will you convert in terms of 8? Converting octal to hexa, hexa to octal is very simple. Hexa to octal means what? Divide in terms of 3 bits. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. What is 101? This is going to be 5, this is going to be 7, and this is going to be 5. 1 minute. No, I made a mistake. Correct alva. Okay, these 3 and these 3. Okay, let me erase the students. I'm only getting confused, so I don't want to keep anything of this. So I'll just write it again. Okay, I'm going to write it again. Divide in terms of 3 bits. This is 3, this 3, this 3, this 3, and this is left out. Left out means what? I can put 0, 0. No, this is 1, this is 3, this is 7, and this is going to be 2, this is 5, and 5. Ma'am, how you got all these things, ma'am? That table is there for the reference. Which table, ma'am? Model question paper 1 you refer, sir. In that, we have the table. 8 zeros, 8 ones, 4 zeros, 4 ones, 2 0, 2 1, 0 1, 0 1, like that. Repetition happens. Clear? So we'll just go with the next concept now. We'll go with the 3 markers. So in this, we have a write a note on ASCII. Full form of ASCII, you should be knowing it. Some valid points you write on ASCII here, and here it's important you should be knowing about what is radix, what is base. One and the same. Total number of digits in any given number system is called the radix or the base here. So here you need to write the base. What is the base, students? Very simple. 8, 2 and again octal only I've written. So it's going to be hexadecimal number system. So definitely the base is going to be 16. So write the full form of this. So expand what? American Standard Code for Information Interchange, Indian Standard Code for Information Interchange, and IC. Not IC or UC. You're seeing, definitely. You're seeing what is IC, students. You tell me what is IC. IC is integrated circuit, right? We'll go with the applications of hexadecimal number system. Applications of hexadecimal number system means it's used for compact representation of the address and compact representation for the color coding schemes, right? We'll go with the next question. Okay, we have chapter 3. Students, I want you to please do the posting, any kind of comment is there, any kind of review that you want to give, any kind of suggestions that you want to give it, because I just want to know, I just want to improve. That's it. Okay, we'll go for the 5 markers here from chapter 3. That's going to be emerging trends. So emerging trends. So we have the total marks is going to be 9 markers. So we have 5 markers, part D only, and then we have a part D here, and we have 3 markers and 1 marker here we have. So total 5 markers. This is only 1 here. So very definite question that we have: what is big data? Big data is something should be big only, what is big about it? A big data is a huge, large, enormous amount of data that's created when we use the internet. How do we use the internet? Either it can be any through computing devices. It can be laptop, or it can be a desktop, or it can be a mobile, or any kind of computing devices that can use the internet is called as a big data. Large, huge, enormous amount of data that's get collected. Right, that's called as in big data. And what are the different characteristics? Ma'am, as on you are only telling something big, 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 big. Everything big, 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 big. That means volume is huge, velocity is huge, and then we have veracity, variety of data, and contains, everything is important, each and every click is important. Value, done. We'll go with the next question. So they may ask you the definitions of artificial intelligence and machine learning. So learn about this, and yeah, that I'll tell you in the 30 markers. In case of 3 markers, definitely they may ask you question on difference between the grid computing and the cloud computing, and they may ask you also the robotics definition and then the 2 types of robots here. Write a note on Internet of Things, IoT, and Web of Things, IoT and WOT. Some important explanation you can give here, and explain natural language processing and its applications. Applications you can give it here. And they may ask you, one question I just forgot here, they may ask you, because 3 markers, no, they may ask you the cloud services. Cloud services also, they may ask you here. Okay, we'll go with the next chapter. That's going to be chapter 4. That's going to be Introduction to Problem Solving. So what is this chapter all about? It carries 13 marks. It carries 13 marks, and 1 question, 5 marker will be there, and 2 3 markers, and 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1, if you are able to attempt, means definitely it's a bonus. Hope we'll get a bonus, right? So we'll start with, okay, some mix of questions also is there in this slide, so we'll just follow here. Explain the flowchart symbols and its functions. Ma'am, what ma'am, you have mixed everything, 5 marker, 3 marker. How ma'am, what is it ma'am? Don't get confused, I mean to say here, when they are asking flowchart symbols for 3 marks, you write 3 symbols. I will not suggest you to write 3, at least write you 4. Okay, similarly, if they ask the same question for 5 markers, you're supposed to explain for 5 components should be there. And another question is going to be the characteristics of good algorithm, not program. Characteristics of good algorithm, or what are the good characteristics of an good algorithm? So the characteristics of anything, be it a flowchart, be it a program, be it a pseudocode or whatever it is, we will know about IPO. Input, process, output. It takes an input, it gives the output. In the process, what should be there? How should be the process? When the process should be unique, precise, and also it should be finite, not an infinite loop. It should be finite. Clear? So we'll go with the next question. So what is the next question? Write an algorithm or a flowchart or a pseudocode for the following questions. Ma'am, so many programs are there, so many flowcharts. I know our teacher has taught us, See, even in our college also, where I teach, I've made them write so many examples, so many flowcharts, programs and all. Okay, because you have to equip with different skills. Okay, that logical skills should come to you. So exam point of view, what they can ask here, I've made it you very clear and very crisp here, so you need not have to worry much which program, that program, this program, lab program, everything. Most importantly and frequently asked flowchart or an algorithm or a pseudocode is going to be on these topics. Even or odd, I just did it in the yesterday's class. I mean to say in the what I have to say. I just did it in that model question paper 1. Even or odd, you just have to take a reminder. So mod of and a number mod 2. If it's in mod is going to be a 0, then definitely it's going to be an even number, or it's going to be an odd number. And similarly, we have sum of the digits, area and perimeter of rectangle, factorial of a number, and average of 4 numbers. Ma'am, is there anything they can ask you apart from this? The chances are very, 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 very less. But these questions, you should be very perfect. Ma'am, the problem is that I have a confusion between algorithm and the flow. Algorithm and pseudocode, right? I hope you don't have any confusion with respect to flowchart. Because flowchart you should not get confused. If you're getting confused, let me explain to you now. Flowchart means what, students? Diagrammatic representation. Diagrammatic representation of an algorithm. Ma'am, what is algorithm? Only we don't know. Algorithm is step-by-step procedure to solve a given problem. What is algorithm? Algorithm means, just remember like this. And what is this? This means S1, S2, S3, step-by-step execution. It's a step-by-step execution to solve a given problem, right? So remember that. It's diagrammatic representation of this algorithm is called as flowchart. And what is pseudocode now? See, if you write an algorithm or a pseudocode, it's going to be considered equally the same. In the board itself, okay, in the meeting, okay, this question was raised in the meeting, and they have taken a call whether you write an algorithm or a pseudocode. For algorithm or a pseudocode, definitely you're going to get the marks. Okay, anyway, it is an internal collection. I think your ma'am also would have told you the same. And here, flowchart, ma'am, definitely they would have told you, but we should have listened. No, that is the question. That is the question. You're watching this video. No problem. I will confirm again. And flowchart is something different that you should be clear with. Flowchart is what? Flowchart is something that comes like this. Open close parenthesis. That means to say that rounded rectangle. Then we have rhombus. Symbols, diagrammatic representation, and then we have parallelogram. All these things will come. No, that will be the flowchart. Is it clear? So then we have one question. I just want to do one question with respect to the simple question. Let me take area and perimeter of a rectangle for the algorithm. How to write this? Okay, so I'm just going to take in help here. Okay, so let me explain to you one particular question with respect to what is an algorithm and pseudocode. I told you very clearly, if you write algorithm or a pseudocode for a particular question, that is equally the same. Equally same according to the PU board only. Okay, I'm going to give an example for the algorithm and the pseudocode. So we'll just take an example for the algorithm here for this question only. Area and perimeter of a rectangle. Is it clear? So it's visible, right? So input and input. Okay, let me take the pseudocode first. I'm going to consider the pseudocode here. Okay, I'm going to consider the pseudocode. Input L comma B. Okay, I can just take here. Remember, in case of a pseudocode, we use the commonly used keywords here for writing the pseudocode. That means what? Input, compute, print, repeat, while, if, else, like that. We're going to use some frequently used words. Okay, so input L and B will be having, and after that I'm going to compute it. So what does that compute? Compute our area is equals to L into B. I'm just going to consider area, okay, not the perimeter, because a little bit of restriction is there. So I'm just doing here only input L comma B, and then I'm considered compute A is equals to L and B, and after that I'm going to consider what? I'm going to print it. I'm done. Okay, if you want, I can take it one more. No, 2 into L plus B. That's that statement, right? So print A. Is it print only? Can I use display also? Anything will be fine, but the most commonly used keywords are the print, compute, input, and output. Output also you can write. Okay, so this is going to be the pseudocode. And the same thing, how do we write it as an algorithm? Algorithm is like, the description part of it. You're going to explain it. Okay, in terms of English language, you're going to explain it. Enter S1. What is algorithm? You should tell me now. What is an algorithm? It's a step-by-step instruction to solve a given problem. What is an algorithm? Step-by-step instruction to solve a given problem. So that means S1, enter the number, enter the length and breadth. Enter the length and breadth. Any variable name you can take it. Try to take the relative variable name so that we can be able to identify that. Enter the length and breadth. S2. Input the value of L and B. Definitely not wrong. Definitely you can write it. Input the value for length and breadth. No problem. You can write it. After that, I'm going to write it. So I'm going to write what? Compute the value of the area. Compute area is equals to L into B. Ma'am, is it star? Anything you can give it. Okay, and then I'm going to write print the value. Print it. Okay, I can also write area equal to A. So like this, describing the each statement here. Is the point clear? So that's about different types of questions that you may get it. Remember, in most of the cases, we're going to use the while loop. Ma'am, in case of factorial, in case of some of the digits, we can do it using a for loop. But in case of algorithm and pseudocode, when you're writing, most of the textbooks, okay, they use while loop. Okay, even the second year also, this you just see, ultimately we need to get a good marks even in the final examination, right? Final exam only you should get it, right? That's only be considered, right, everywhere. So keep in mind, wherever algorithm comes, wherever a pseudocode comes, so we'll try to write using the while loop, not the for loop. Okay, that's the most predominantly used. Is it that we should not use for loop? Definitely not. In some books they've used it, but according to your syllabus, it's the while loop. Focus on while loop, right? So how do you write the while loop? It's very simple. I'm going to write the initial value here, and then I'm going to write the while condition, okay, while condition, and after that you can write it as repeat statement, S1, S2, whatever it is, repeat that, and have some condition here, some statements, and increment or the decrement. Is the point clear? So we'll get flow with the way I'm going to teach. So what is IV? It's going to be the initial value, and then while condition, repeat some statements. While loop is going to be repetition only, loop is repeating, and again we have an increment or the decrement. These things should be there in the mud. Clear? So we'll just go for the next one. That's going to be getting started with Python. Okay, let's continue with the chapter 5. That's going to be getting started with Python. So getting started with Python, this is the chapter. It's a high weighted chapter, so it's going to carry 18 marks, and it's a very simple chapter, students. It's a very simple chapter, and I want you to learn this chapter thoroughly. Okay, so in this chapter we have 1 5 markers from part D and 1 5 marker from part E compulsory. Now what is that, ma'am? One question from part E will be output prediction. Output prediction, simple question. Output prediction only will be there. Or in case identifiers, rules of identifiers only will be there. Not exactly the rules. That means you need to identify the valid identifier. So that will be rare case. Rare case. In most of the paper, it's going to be an output prediction only. After that, we have 1 3 marker and 1 2 marker. Totally 18 marks, and luck goes. All 3 will be the bonus also for us, right? So we'll go with the first question, first 5 marker question. All the operators you're supposed to explain. So what are the different types of operators we are supposed to learn? That means we have relational operator, relational. Okay, so we need to explain the relational operators, and then we need to explain the logical operators, and then we have an arithmetic operators. Ma'am, relational means getting confused, ma'am. Logical, relation, these are all getting confused. Logical operators means, remember, the most commonly used words. The most commonly used words are what? And or no, and or not, and or not. Clear? Logical operators are commonly used words like and or not. Relational operators, how to remember, ma'am? Relational operators means remember your relatives. Relatives, what do? They're going to compare your marks with others. Hey, why you got so less? Okay, they keep comparing. No, relatives means they compare. Always they compare, always they demotivate. Definitely not. That is not my statement. It can be, to increase your energy levels. When we speak in terms of energy levels, that also they might do it. So in that case, comparison. I just want you to link with that relatives with comparison. So relational operators means comparison. Relatives, comparing means what? How do you compare the numbers? That means greater than. You're getting more marks only, don't worry. You will get it. If you're not getting, you will get it. That's greater than, less than, greater than, equal to. I want to pay attention here. Greater than, equal to means not like this. Clear? You're not supposed to write like that. So greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. And what about equal to, equal to? That is also there. Not equal to? That is also there. Not equal to. These are the different kinds of relational operators. Any confusion? Any confusion? Relational operators means relatives. Relatives means comparison. How do you compare the numbers? Greater than, less than, equal to, same. Okay, not equal to. Okay, that is about relational operators. And we have logical operators. How to remember? Logical means very simple to remember in terms of simple, most frequently used words, and or not. And or not, you know. Not is basically, for example, if I write it as not of true means it will become false. It will become false. It's just going to complement. Okay, it's going to complement. So if I write not of false means it will become true. It will become true. The opposite. It becomes the opposite. Okay, and then we have and. And is what? And remember, not as a unary operator, only one operand. In case of and or these are binary operators, you need two operands. That means C1 and C2 means what, ma'am? C1 is one condition, and for comparing 2-3 conditions simultaneously, we make use of the logical operators. For an equilateral triangle, all the three sides should be equal, ma'am. All the three sides should be equal. All the angles should be equal to 60 degrees. And only all sides we should check. All angles should be checked. Then only equilateral triangle, right? So all the conditions should be satisfied. Right? Ma'am, okay, let me talk about this also. Okay, ma'am, if I have just failed in one subject, will I be considered pass or fail? You tell me. I've just failed in one subject. Then also it is fail only. Any one subject fail. All subject pass. Pass only. If you have to pass, you have to clear all the subjects. Which subject? Computer science also. Computer science also. So C1, C2 is there. Why passing, ma'am? We are referring this. Definitely you will get 60. Don't worry about it. Okay, C1, C2 we have here. So C1 and C2 and C1 and C1 or C2. C1, C2 means how do we write it? We're going to write like this. C1 will take it, C2 will take it. What are the possible combination of inputs we can have it? That means we can have 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. These are the different kinds of combinations we can have. That means one condition can be true. Another condition can be false. Both can be true. Both can be false. One true, one false. All these 4 combinations, it is possible. Right? What to do for passing? Both pass, all subject pass, the only pass. That is for and. And is like multiplication. Multiply what, ma'am? You are telling multiplication and all. Yes, it is multiplication. Just multiply. Know this. 0 into 0 is what? 0 only. Ma'am, you don't tell anything. Everything 0 except 1. Right? 0, 0, 0, 1. Simple. If both are pass only, then pass. All subject pass only, then pass. Then you need to use AND operator. What about OR? In terms of OR means you have to, if anyone fail only. Or you should use. That means if any one condition is true also, it becomes true. It's like addition. OR is like addition. Ma'am, what do you mean by addition, ma'am? You tell me. 0 plus 0 is what, students? 0 only. 0 plus 1, 1 only. 1 plus 0, 1 only. Now you tell me, ma'am, now you're coming to the track, you tell me what is 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is true. 1 plus 1 is 2, na? No. This ma'am is telling 1 plus 1 is not 2. I'm telling it's a logical addition. Logical addition means what, students? We are checking the condition. We are checking the condition means what? Either it should be true or false, nothing in between. Not 0, 1, that's it. No 2, no 3, no 4. 0 or 1, that's it. Clear? That means 1 plus 1 is not 2. 1 plus 1 is 1 only. That means if both are true, it is true. This is how the logical operators. Arithmetic what, ma'am? Arithmetic is what? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, floor division. We'll get only in terms of integer value. And then we have star star. Star star is exponential. 2 star star 3 means what, students? 2 star star 3 means 2 to the power of 3. 2 to the power of 3 means 8. Clear? So features of Python, very important question in the beginning of the chapter only is given. 5 features, 5 to 6 features, you have to write it, and definitely easily you will be able to get the marks here. Output prediction. So this is the main important thing. This I will be covering at the end. Clear? Okay, we'll go with the 3 markers here. Very important. What are the rules of the identifiers? Identifier is what? I have to identify you. How will you identify? Okay, by looking at your, maybe the color, the kind of shirt you've worn, okay, the dress what you've worn. Depending on some special features, we're going to identify. This is Ram, this is going to be Radhika, this is going to be Rakshita. Like that, we're going to identify. Identifier is a name given to the programming element. Can we give my name? Can we give your name? Can we give something else? Can I give a camera? Right up in front from me, the camera is there. Can I give a name as in, can I give a name of a variable as in camera? We can give anything, but there are certain rules that we need to follow for the identifiers. What are the rules? The rule says that it should not be space. Space should not be used. It should not begin with the number 1 ABC. I can't give. It's wrong. Then keywords, I can't use if here. So these are certain keywords, and it can be of any length. Okay, these are some of the rules of the identifiers that you should be knowing thoroughly. This concept, which is a valid identifier, which is not a valid identifier, you should be able to identify it. Explain the types of errors. So syntax error, compile time errors, logical errors, and runtime errors. Runtime is errors that crop during execution time. Syntax error means grammatical rules of the programming language. Colon is missing, comma is missing, quote is missing, syntax error. Then we have a runtime error, that means divide by 0. Then we have a logical error. For example, I want you to find out the sum is equals to a plus b. This is the instruction you're supposed to give it. And by mistake, you gave this a star b. Sum is only there. Sum means it will not become sum, no? If you put plus only, you will get it. These are the logical errors. Clear? So we'll go with the input statement. Input function, very simple. Int input, enter the number. Enter number. Okay, so then this value will be stored in A. Whatever the number you type, it will be stored in A. This input function will always take string as an input. Even though you enter 5, it will be taken as a string only. How wrong, ma'am? Whatever you're telling, what is that you're telling? It becomes a string. It will become string, so only we are converting into int. This is a string. It converts into string. It converts. What did I do? I'm doing something else. Yeah, it converts into string, and then finally we'll convert into int, a float, whatever you want. Clear? Similarly, we have a print function. Print function is going to be a function that can display values. What values? Integer, float, tuple, list, dictionary, anything. Any data type we can display. Along with that, it has 2 more arguments. One is called sep, another is called end. Ma'am, what is that you're telling? Print value, comma, separator, comma, end. This is how it is. There are 3 arguments. Is it compulsory to give all the 3 arguments? Definitely not. These 2 are optional, and definitely you have to print something. That's why you've used print statement. This separator is basically the default value for the separator is going to be comma. If I write print A, comma, B means what? Okay, 10 and 20, let's consider. It is going to give a space. One space it is going to give between 10 and 20. This is very important concept for you to do the output prediction. Okay, in order to get the right value, this concept is very important. Okay, so separator is there, end is there. End means what? It will go to the next line. So print A, comma, B is there, and after that, okay, let me write here, print A. A is 10, 10 it will come, and by default the end also it is there here. It will go to the next line. That means we have 10 and 20 printing in the next line. 10 is on the same line. Print A comma B is there. It will go to the next line. What about 30? Print 30. It will go to the next line. It's like one enter key. It's like new line character. It's an escape sequence. Clear? I'll go with the next slide. Okay, we'll go with the 2 markers. So in this 2 markers, we have immutable data types. So what are immutable data types? The value of the variable which cannot be changed once assigned or created. Let's take a very simple example. Yes is equals to hello. What? Yes is equals to hello, hi. Energy is there. Yes. Drink some water, no? Okay, drink some water, drink some coffee or drink something. Get the energy and start. Keep a book in front of you. Okay, keep writing something. You write it. You respond. You comment. So that it will give, you're telling your mind that you're focusing. You're concentrating. Otherwise, the mind will say that this is not important. You can focus somewhere else. No problem. This can be watched later also. It's a recorded. Anytime we can watch. Give the instruction saying that I am listening. I am concentrating. I am writing it. I am just putting this into RAM into SD. Permanent. So that I can recollect it as and when I need, right? So we'll go for with this string now. String is equals to hello now, and for this I'm going to write it as S of 0 is equals to mellow. Not hello. Hello means now it is mellow. What is mellow? It's not possible. Not mellow. I mean to say that I just want to make it as yum here. I want to add one string. I want to replace this H with M. Means it should become mellow, no? It will not become, it will give an error. I can't change the value of a variable once it is created and assigned. Then how to make it to mellow? I want to make it to mellow. How will you make it? Reassign it again. Individually, I can't change. That is what the concept of immutable concept in case of a string. String is immutable. Tuple is immutable. Integer is immutable. That means A equal to 10 if I put, I can't change the value of A now to 11. I can't change the value of A in 11 means what? Ma'am, is it not possible for me to write 11? And what is this crap you're telling? When we say immutable data type means we cannot change the value of a variable in the same address. In the same address. That means when we allocate, this is going to be a variable. I have assigned a value here as A. I have made 10 and the address of this is going to be 101. Some address is there here. And in the same address, I can't make 11. It's not possible. If you give this is a valid statement. If you give this is going to be a valid statement, then how does 11 be assigned? Different location. It cannot assign in this only. It will assign it in a different location. Same A only, but becomes a different address. Can't we not change? Can't I not make mellow now? Definitely I can make. Not like this, but I can make it like this. Reassign it completely. That is possible. Clear? Okay, we'll go with the keywords now. What is a keyword? Keywords are basically the reserved keywords. Any example you can take it, okay? So it can be with respect to if, or it can be else, while, okay, break, continue. So these are the keywords that you can give an example. What are the working modes of the Python? Interactive mode and the script mode. Interactive mode is for the interpreter mode, instantaneous output you're going to get it. In case of script mode, scripting, that means I can access this later for saving purpose. Clear? Okay, we'll go with the chapter 6 now, flow of control. So flow of control, I'm going to wind up. I'm going to continue this in the next class. Done. Okay, let's start with the chapter 6. That's going to be the flow of control. So in this chapter definitely one 5-marker question will be there, and then we have a 2-marker 1 and 1-marker 1 and then 1-marker 1. So here what you'll be focusing more on this chapter, it will be the patterns and multiplication table and one sequence. See, the flow of control in this, you have lot of selective statements and iterative statements, isn't it? So in this case, you're supposed to focus more on the looping construct. So one definite question will be there on the looping construct. You consider a pattern, it's a loop based. Again, if you consider a multiplication, it's a looping based. And then of course we have a sequence. Everything is a loop based. So all these problems, whatever they're going to ask, patterns, 3 different types of patterns, multiplication table, and then sequence will take up in detail along with the output production at the end of this. Like when we finish all the chapters, right? Then I'm going to take up all those topics because that takes more time. So I'm going to explain like what exactly you're going to get it from this chapter. So focus more on this. Okay, then we have 2 markers here. In this 2 markers, they may ask you the syntax and example for simple if statement. I told you what is a simple if statement, or it can be an if statement. So what is if statement? It's going to be a single way branching. Okay, one way branching. Okay, if condition, and if the condition is satisfied, we can execute a single statement or a block of statement. That's going to be a one-way branching. That's in simple if statement. And we have to differentiate. The next question is differentiate between a break and continue. So how to differentiate between break and continue? I'll just explain to you. I think I have told you with respect to the, maybe in the MCQs also it has come. I'll just give one more example clearly indicating the difference between a break and continue. So for I in range, we'll consider 1 to 7 and 1 as the increment. Okay, and then I'm going to check the condition. If I equal to 4 and I'm going to break, or else I'm going to print it, print I. So what is the output you're going to get it? Very simple. Range is a function that's going to create a sequence there. It's going to create a sequence starting from which number? Starting from 1 to 7. That means the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, excluding that number. So I should not take 7 now. So within this, so it's going to take one number at a time and then check for the condition. So now it's 1, I is not equal to 4, it is not going to break now, and then comes out of this if block and prints that. So 1 will be printed. So this is going to be the output screen. So what is this? This is going to be the output screen, and again it re-enters. So it's going to print 2, and it's going to re-enter, print 3, and when it goes for the 4, it's going to terminate. What is break? Break terminates the loop. Terminating the loop means what? It comes out of the loop. Comes out of the loop means what? Directly it will come here. Output screen, not output screen. I mean to say that. Okay. Oh. What did I do? Okay. So it will come out of the output screen. That means to say that it will come here. For example, if I print high, here after this, then it is going to print high. So it is going to come there. Out of the loop terminates the loop. Instead of this break statement, if I write continue, what will happen? The continue, if it is there, means if the continue keyword is there, means it is going to skip the current iteration and goes to the beginning of the next iteration. It has to continue, no, it will not break. So what is continue? It's just going to continue this loop without break. So exact definition for continue is what? It skips the current iteration. That means 1 will be printed, 2 will be printed, 3 will be printed. When 4 it comes, on encountering 4 it has to continue, skips the current iteration. Whatever the statement after that, no, that will be skipped. Print of 4 was not going to happen and goes to the beginning of the next iteration. What is next iteration? Next is 5. So it is going to print 5, 6. This is the output for the continue, and this is the output for the break. Break is going to break the loop. Continue is going to continue the loop. Skips the current iteration only. Here. So we'll go for the next question. So explains range function. A range function is a built-in function. So that is going to take 3 arguments. One is going to be the start. Another is going to be stop. Another is going to be step. So this default start value is going to be 1 and the default step value is going to be 1, and the default value for start is going to be 0. Okay, if I don't write. So if I write as range of 5 means what? It's going to start from 0, right? It's going to start from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 only. Stop means excludes that stop value, and by default it is going to increment the value by 1. Can I decrement it? Definitely the way, whatever the value you can give it. Any value? Definitely not. It should be an integer only, that you keep in mind. Clear? So this is what the basic idea behind the range function. Clear? Okay, we'll go with the next slide. That's going to be functions. So what are functions? Functions are basically a subprogram, okay, named group of instructions that is executed to do a particular task. Okay, it's basically intended to do a particular task. What is function? Function is basically a subprogram. I just gave an example also. Let's consider def swap. Any function, user defined function means what? Just begin with the def. I think one of the MCQs was like this, right? Def of swap, if I give it, it means to say that I've just defined a function here. I've defined a function here called def. Define a function called swap. Sorry, def is a keyword. Swap is a function. I've defined this function. Maybe I want to do it. So what will I do for swapping? A comma b is equals to b comma a. I'm going to swap it. Parent ab. So now you should understand what is function. A group of statements, named group of statements which is intended to do a particular task is called as a function. What are the benefits of this, ma'am? The benefits are, the uses is going to be, it reduces the code length. Okay, and then it is going to be reusability will be there, readability will be there, and also it ensures that memory is used in an efficient way and teamwork. It supports teamwork. Okay, and next we'll go for the next question. Explain 5 math module. So what are the 5 math module functions along with one example? You can take so many functions of math module. They are telling don't take for built-in functions of maths. When they're telling math module means you take math module functions only. So which are the math module? That means compulsorily you have to use the math module in order to use that function. Ma'am, we'll write max, we'll write min. No, avoid it because it's a mathematical module functions they are telling. Mathematical module functions means what? It can be ceil. Ceil is one example. Then we have a float as an example. Then we have GCD as one example. Then we have factorial. These are all the functions. Function means what, ma'am? Anything, any name which is open, close parenthesis, function. Range is a function. Swap is a function, right? So ceil, float, GCD, factorial. Square root. Okay, then we have, what is other functions we have? We have sine, we have cos of x, sine of x. Then we can write, I think one more we have, right? So we have fabs we have, then we have f mod we have. These are all the different mathematical module functions. How to call these functions, ma'am? Math.ceil, math.floor, math.gcd, math.factorial. Okay, so again we have next question as built-in functions only. So built-in function means any example you can take it, print function. Okay, so built-in function means you can take len function, max function, min function. Okay, then we have, what did I do? Okay, so len, max, min, print function. Then we have an input function, range function. Okay, these are all the functions which are built-in functions. That means these functions you can call as it is without the need of a module. That's the difference between a module functions and then the built-in functions. Module functions means you need to have a module. You need to import the module and then use it. Built-in functions are arms you can call. Okay, just call len, max of, max of some numbers. You'll get the maximum number, min, print, input, range directly. Clear? So we'll go with the next slide now. So what do we have for the next slide that we have for the 2 markers? So what are the 2 markers, they may ask you. So explain if statement. What is the syntax? What is the structure? Okay, then what is the example? So similarly, we have an if-else construct. If is going to be a simple if statement, a simple if or if statement is going to be one-way branching. If else is what? Two-way branching. If is going to be a one-way branching, have some statement. If else is going to be what? Condition 1. Okay, so S1, S2, then we can have else here, S3, S4. One condition, two set of statement, two-way branching. One condition only, two branches taking place. That's two-way branching. One condition, one statement only, one-way branching, two-way branching. Keep that in the mind. Clear? And then we have differentiate between break and continue. So this they may ask you for 5 marks also and 2 marks also. Break and continue, if they have asked for 5 markers, means all the syntax, example, everything you need to give in detail. So if they ask you for 2 markers, just one simple differences if you give, for 2 differences if you give, that's more than enough. Okay, range function I just told you. Now for 2 markers you can just tell what is the range function and explain from keyword while using the module. So what is it? For example, if I want to call a math module, if I want to use a square root function, how will I write? I'm going to write it as import math. What am I teaching? I'm just teaching you now how to use the module functions. Can you name one module function? One module function. One module function is the math functions. What are the math functions? These are all the built-in functions what I told in the previous slide. That is max, min, len and all. Module functions are what? Ceil I told that. Ceil is there. Floor is there. Then we have square root. Then we have GCD, factorial, F mod, fabs and all. No, these are all the mathematical module functions. So these functions, if you have to call, means you have to write import math. Mathematical functions if you have to use import math, and you will have to write math dot square root of 36. You will get the value 6. You will get print. If you give it, you will get 6. Now we are supposed to use from keyword. Ma'am, it is just from so many mathematical module functions are there. I just need only one square root. I just need only one square root, but entire module we're importing. Don't you think it's going to be not an efficient technique? Can it be done? Just taking only square root, what is required. This is done with the help of from keyword. Just import whatever is required. From, how to do that? From math, okay, import, okay, let me just erase this. From math, import square root. Then only square root I can use it. How to call the function square root now? I can just call square root of 36. Print square root of 36, it prints 6. That means I need not have to write math now, because I've already taken from the math module, just import square root. Memory efficiency. Clear? That's the importance of from keyword. That's the importance of from keyword. Clear? So we'll just go for the next question. So what is the next questions? So before we go to the next chapter, if you study only these chapters up to flow control, definitely you will be able to get 60 marks for sure. And whatever the chapters I'll be doing after this, it's going to be a string or a list or a tuple, or it can be tuple dictionary and then societal impacts. These are all, if you want more, then you can focus on these other topics. But I want you thoroughly prepare the first 7 chapters. Okay, first 6 chapters. Okay, the functions also, sorry, first 7 chapters. First 7 chapters you should be very thoroughly prepared. Then you'll be able to get for sure 60. Of course, you may get 65 also, definitely for sure. That means it depends on the way, to the depth of knowledge, how you have applied those concepts. Getting my point? Because they will ask you the MCQs and all, fill in the blanks and all. If you understood that, definitely you will be able to attempt even the MCQs also. Clear? So we'll just go for this. I wanted to tell you a little bit about the function definition and function header. I'll just do that part also. So swap is there. A comma B we have. Yes, we have that parenthesis and colon was already there. So A comma B is equals to B comma A. And then I'm going to write swap of A comma B, swap of 5, 10 direct values only I'm going to take it. This is known as function definition. At least remember this. This is known as function definition. Function definition. This is known as function definition. And what about this? This is known as function. Is this clear? I'll just write it again. Function definition. And this is known as function call. This line is called as a function call, and this is known as a function definition. And what is the first line? The first line is called as a function header. Is known as a function header. And the values here in the function header, the arguments that is present here, we call it as an argument. The variables that are there in the function header are called as an arguments, and the values that is there in the function call, we call it as informal arguments. See, in general, in other sub languages and all, in general, whatever that is present within the parenthesis, we call it as arguments and the parameters, same. But here in the syllabus, clearly they've given you the, the difference between arguments and parameters. So here we call it as an arguments. The values that is present in the function called as an arguments, and here in the function definition, we call it as an parameters. Arguments, parameters. Arguments, parameters. Ma'am, what is this? This is the function call. Within this function, whatever the values we have it, whatever the variables we give it, no, those are called as an arguments. And what about here in the function definition? Function definition means the variable, we call it as informal parameters. Parameters, and here it's going to be an arguments. Clear? Just keep this in mind. This is going to be the function definition, function call, and then this first line is going to be known as the first line is known as in function header. Clear? So we'll just go with the next slide. Okay, so these are the chapters, like if you want to get more than 65 and above, and if you want to get out, then these questions you should never miss out. Never miss out these questions. Okay, so we have strings here. What are the strings? So 3 string operations. Operations means, you just keep in mind, students, what are the operations? We have string operations. Slicing will come, concatenation will come, repetition will come. So what will come? You'll get concatenation plus repetition. We have star, and then we have slicing. Slicing means what? Colon, colon. S of colon, colon. Extracting. And then we have a membership operator, in and not in. These are the string operations, list operations, tuple operations. If you learn that, no, respective data type you should apply. That's all. That's all the difference. Okay, we'll go for this. Hello string is a mutable data type. I had explained you what is a mutable data type. Very simple. Can I make yes is equals to hello? We have hello here. Can I make it yes is equals to yes of 0 is equals to yum? Can I do that? I want to make hello to mellow. It's not possible here because it's an immutable data type. I can't change an individual value here. Whole string I can change it. If I change whole string, then in the same address it cannot change. It will be changed in the different address. That's what you mean by immutable data type. So how do you create and access a string? So this is going to be a creation of a string here. It's already given there. And then how do you access the string means very simple. You can just take a for loop and then access. So for I in yes, print I, ch only will take. For ch in yes, print ch means each and every character will be print. How it will be print one below the other? Because print function as an end here. Hello. It prints like this. Okay, that is about. And the same concept is applied for traversing also. This is the way we traverse. HELLO. So H will be printing, E will be printing, L will be printing, L, and then this is going to be a sequence. It's a string. So any 3 built-in functions, string built-in functions, so around you can write. What all you can write? E is upper, E is lower, 2 upper, 2 lower. Okay, title, is title, len function. So then you can write what all the other functions. We have is alpha, is digit. So there are so many plenty of functions. Split function is there, partition function is there, so many function is there. Any function which you remember. Trim. If you remember trim, you'll have L trim, L trim, L trim, R trim, trim. So remember any of these functions. Remember along the syntax and example, students. That is always better. Okay, for scoring 70 on 70. Okay, so we'll go with the next chapter. That's going to be the list chapter. So explain the list operations. Now you have to tell me what are the list operations. When you just told me something about operations, operations means I have to remember something. What is that I have to remember? I have to remember as plus, star, then we have colon, colon, then we have in and not in. What are these? These are all the string operations. Ma'am, in very simple, in one line you're telling. Yes, concatenation, repetition, slicing, in, not in, membership operator, that's all. Remember this with respect to the list, that's it. List any or explain any 5 list functions. Any list functions means list or a tuple or list or tuple. Just remember this, you can tell with respect to max, min, len, even for the string also len. Len, max, min you can tell. Along with that you can also tell as sorted. Then you can tell with respect to other functions like append function. Append means we can also have an extend function. Okay, append function, extend function. Similarly, we have insert function. Your inserting means I want to remove also. No, remove function. Pop function. Remove means with respect to the element. Pop is with respect to the index. Okay, these are the different functions we can have for the list. Remember along with the syntax and the example for scoring out of out. Clear? Explain nested loop. What is nested loop? I think you know this. A loop within a loop. Loop within a loop becomes a nested loop. So the example will be an pattern will be an example. So we'll teach in detail with respect to the patterns in the coming slides. Okay, we'll go with the next slide now. So we have a tuples and a dictionary. So in this we have tuple assignment. Remember any data given within the parenthesis. Okay, we call it as a tuple. Ordered collection of elements within the parenthesis. If I don't give parenthesis, then also by default it's a tuple only. It's also an immutable data type. That means I can't make t of 0 to t of 0 means 1. I can't make t of 0 as 10. I can't make it. It is not possible. That's why it is immutable. I have to make it, ma'am. You don't tell me all those things. Now make it 10, 2, 3, 4. How to make it? Reassign it completely. Reassign this completely, then you can make it. Individual changes, you can't make it. Okay, so next we have explain how dictionaries are mutable data type. That means whatever the way, I think I just told you about Rekha and then CS and then like Shilpa CS and then Rekha Bio, like this I can change the values. I can change the values given there. Okay, that's why we call it as a mutable data type. That's the difference. Okay, so explain the operations on tuple with an example. Now it's your time. You have to tell me what are the operations on tuple. Okay, tell me now. So what is that? Plus, star, then we have colon, colon, then we have in, not in. These are all the example for operations on tuple. It's the same. Okay, just explain these. Concatenation, repetition, slicing, in and not in. Clear? So we'll go with the next chapter. Societal impacts. This chapter only 2 markers they may ask you, and then they will ask you. It's not about not because blueprint only they'll follow. Okay, they'll follow the blueprint. So 2 2 markers and 1 MCQs will be there. So you need to work on hacking and the types of hacking. Then we have 2 legally protected IPR methods, intellectual property methods. Then you have copyrights, patent and trademark and all, no? So that you have to write. And 2 types of digital footprints, active, passive footprint. They may ask you identity theft, examples for intellectual property violations, copyright infringement. Okay, so copyright infringement, plagiarism. So these are the different kinds of, violations of the IPR violations we said. Any 2 net etiquettes that should be followed while using the internet. This is going to be not Q7. Okay, so while using the internet, and difference between the ethical hacking and non-ethical hacking, again it comes under the hacking only. So these are the most important topics that they may cover in societal impacts that that you should focus on and keep. Just it will take another maybe even 10 minutes for you to go through this chapter, because it's all in general, you already know it. Just remember a few points, that's it. If you want to score 70 on 70, clear? For scoring 60, first 7 chapters, it's more than enough. Clear? Okay, let's start with this topic, that is output prediction, and I have some 5 model papers from which I have picked these questions. So be thorough with each and every statement what I'll be discussing, so that definitely you will get out of out. So we have x value here, x value is equals to 2, and we have y value is equals to 3. So you can just see here, we have the value of x is equals to what? 2 plus 2 we have. Oh, what's happening? When I go there, what's happening? I'm using this only. Okay, so ಸರ್ ಇದು ಯಾಕೋ ಸರಿ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್. ನಂಗೆ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇವಾಗೂ ಇದನ್ನು ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಏನೋ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ನನಗೆ. ಬಂತು ಏನೋ ಹೊರಟೋಗಿತ್ತು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೋಡಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಇವಾಗಿಂದ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್, ಇವಾಗಿಂದ ಮಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, okay, so we'll just start with this topic, that's going to be prediction, output prediction. It's a very important topic, I think. It's the most important topic, and it's easy with few minutes of maybe within 5 minutes you'll be able to solve it, and you do not have to write so much, right? So we have x comma y is equals to 2 comma 3. So we'll take the value of x is equals to 2 here, and this is going to be y is equals to 3. So what is the value of x comma y? X plus 2. 2 plus 2, no? 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2. So we have 2 plus 2 now. It's 2 plus 2. Okay, x is equals to 2 plus 2. What is y? Y is equals to 3 plus 3. That means we have 4 here and then 6 here. What is the output? We're going to get 4 space 6. Remember, it's not in parentheses, I just wrote it. Output is 4, 6. Okay, then we have a is equals to 1 and a is equals to a plus equal to 3. That means what? It is a is equals to a plus 3. What is the value of a? It's 1. 1 plus 3 is what? Output, I'm going to write here, this is the output. 4 space 6 is the output, and next output is going to be 4. Name equals to Python. Next statement, name equals to Python. Print hello name. That means what? Hello space Python. What is the output? Hello space Python. It is a string. This is the output, you're going to get it. So a equals to 2, I'm just checking a greater than equal to 20. Is 2 greater than 20? Definitely it's false. So it has to print what? False, it will print. Okay, it is going to print like this. So x comma y is equals to 8 comma 6. And what is this, students? You should tell me what is the output. A comma b is equals to b comma a. It's going to be swapping. Very simple it is. So we have to print now. We'll just print it. Okay, this I had explained you in the model paper also. So the output will be what? X equal to space 8, y equal to, there is a space here also, there is a space here also, y equal to, there's no space here, y equal to, and space and then 6. This is the output, you're going to get it. Okay, very simple. This is going to be swapping technique. This is going to be swapping technique. See, the result is here only. 4 space 6, 4, hello Python, false, x equals to 6 and y is equals to 8, right? I think I made a mistake. See, what is it? Swapping, no, students. It has to swap. I didn't swap only. I wrote swapping but didn't swap it. See, the presence of mind. Okay, so we'll just swap it. 6 comma 8. Swap, no, we have to swap the values. Okay, so we'll just go for the next thing, that's going to be predict the output for the following Python code. So what is the question? Is it here? Okay, so we'll go for this. X equals to 15 and y is equals to 4. What is this? 15//4. It's a floor division. So 15 divided by 4. Okay, 4 3s are 12, 1. You're supposed to take what? You should not take it as 3.2, something like that. You should take only the integer part. That's going to be 3. Okay, the output here going to be 3. So what is it? X equals to 8 and y is equals to 12, and x is equals to this. X is equals to x star into y. X is equals to x star y means what? It is 12 into 8. 12 8s are what? 96. You're going to get it. See here. 12 into 8. 12 into 8. Again it will be stored into x. Getting my point? It's 96. 96, it will be stored in x and printing x. 96 is the output. This is the output I'm writing here. Okay, then we'll go for this. A equal to true and B is equals to false. A or B. Now tell me, what is OR? Or, and, these are all repeated words. Logical operators. OR is what? OR is going to be logical addition. Anyone true also, true only. So true false means it is going to give true only. Print true. When it evaluates, it becomes true. So x equals to 5 and y is equals to 2. So let's evaluate this. What is x modulus 2? X modulus 2 plus 5 slash 2. So 5 x is equal to 5. 5 modulus 2 is what? It's going to be the remainder. Remainder is going to be 1. 1 plus 5. Okay, see, you have to do the priority for this, priority for the modulus, and then this slow division, and then plus. Okay, then we have 5 by 2 is what? It's going to be 2. It's not 2.5. It's going to be 2. So 2 plus 1 is going to be 3. 3 is the output you're going to get. After this, b is equals to 15. Is b less than 10? 15 less than 10? Definitely false. It is going to give the output as false. Okay, it is going to give the output as false. Okay, we'll go with the next question now. That's going to be x comma y is equal to 2, 3, 4. Very simple. Print x comma y. See, there are only 2 variables here, but there are 3 values here. I can take like this. No, when I say x comma y is equals to 2 comma 3 means I can assign 2 will be assigned to x and 3 will be assigned to y. What about the other value, ma'am? We can't give it that time. It's going to give an error. So definitely it's going to be an error. Okay. Packing, unpacking, we call it. Packing, unpacking, it should be the same number of variables. Only then it can do the unpacking as such, or else you cannot do it. Okay, we have a equal to 50 and we are telling a divided equal to 5. Okay, a is equals to 50 divided by 5. That means what? It is going to give you 10. Okay, this is the output. This is the output. Okay, so next we have x is equals to 10, 20, 10, 30 and print yes. What is yes? What is yes? Yes for dictionary. Yes for set. Tell me, is it dictionary or set? Ma'am, it looks like curly braces dictionary. No. Dictionary means you need to have a key value pair. There is no key value pair, no. So this is an example for set. Set means it should be unique values, repeated values. It is not going to take only. It will eliminate that. Very simple. What is the output for this? The output for this is going to be 10, 20, 30 will be the output. So this is the output the set will contain. We'll print it. So we have a comma b is equals to 10 and 20. So now it will assign, right? So 10 will be assigned to a and 20 will be assigned to b, and print a greater than 10. Is it 10 greater than 10? It's going to be false now. Okay, then we have b less than. So what is 20 is less than 20? Definitely it is false. Not of false is what? Not of false means not of false they are telling. That will become what? It will become true. See, I need not have to evaluate this evaluation I need not have to do it, because anything into 0 will be 0 only. What, ma'am? And operator, it's a logical operator, and is like multiplication. Multiplication means what? 0 into 0, 0, 0, 0 into 1, 1 into 0, 1 into 1. Anything if it's multiplied by 0, anything if it is doing with respect to false it becomes false only. I need not have to evaluate. Directly write false. How nice, no? Why should we evaluate? No. false. Let us assume the value of x is 10 and y is equals to 20, and we'll take the input. So take input like this. So what is the value? It's going to be 30, right? So this is the output. So the output is error 10, 10, 20, 30. Then we have false here and 30. So these are the output for this particular question. Clear? So we'll go with the next slide now. Okay, so then we have this and this. So we'll go for the next output prediction. What is there? We have x is equals to 5, print x plus 3. What is x plus 3? That's going to be 8. No, just print 8. This is the output. So we have x equals to x plus 6. So that means 5 plus 6, 11. So we need to have an output as how, students? X is equals to x plus 6, 11. So 5 plus 6 means it's going to be 11 only. No, agree with me. 5 plus 6 is 11. Then print this. We have y is equals to 4. Y is equals to 4. And x is equals to what? X is equals to x plus y into 12. What is x, ma'am? X is the recent value. Remember, for all these code, the value of x will be what? Recent value of x only. Ma'am, x is 5. Now we should consider the recent value of x. It's 11. So take that 11 now. 11 plus 4 into 12. 48 plus 11. How much, students? 59 is the output. 8 we got, 11 we got, 59 we got. Store it somewhere, save it somewhere, take the screenshot and then do it by yourself. Are you getting the value? Good, you can continue with the next. Okay, we'll go for this now. Z is equals to. Now what is the value? See here, I have to take the value of x. X is equals to 59, I should take it. Recent value of x, I told, no. So 59 slash y. What is the value of y? It's 4. 4 modulus 2. So 59 slash y, that is floor division. Then we have modulus 2. What is 59 by 4? Okay, that means 4 ones are 4. We'll take 119. Correct only, no? So 14, it's going to be 6. That's going to be 3. I should consider only 14 now. 14 modulus 2. Ma'am, what is this modulus? Modulus is going to be reminder. 14 modulus 2. I made one mistake in the previous class, right? 4 7s are 14 and the remainder is going to be 0. It's an even number. The remainder is going to be 0. So this is what we are storing it. Whatever we got. No, this we got 59. No, students. 59. 59 tana? 59 alla. This is 59. 14 modulus 2 means how much we got? We got it as 0. 0 will be stored in Z print. Z means what? 0 is the output. 11. Okay, right. Yeah. So this is one statement, another statement, another statement. So 31 we got and this is going to be 0. So what are the output? Output is 11, 59 and then we have 0. 5 we should be there because 5 marks, no. Then we'll go for this. So what is this? Y is equals to y star. Recent value of y is 4 only. So 4 star 10 plus 0. That is 0, no? What is the value? 40. 40, 40. 40 or not? Tell me. Are you getting? Do it. You will definitely get it. Okay, so we'll just go for the next one. Okay, pattern, na? Okay, pattern matching ban betwa. Okay, see, I just skipped one video. I just skipped one slide. We'll just go for this slide. Okay, we'll go for this. Okay, this is the last output prediction. We'll just do this and then we'll go for the patterns. So what is this? So N1, okay, wherever num1, num2 is there, I'm going to take it as N1. N1 is equals to 4, N2 is equals to what? It's going to be 4 plus 1. That means N2 is equals to 5. Remember, N2 is equals to 5. Let me erase this completely and then start it. So N1 is equals to 4. N2 is equals to correct? 4 plus 1, what is 4 plus 1? 4 plus 1 is equals to 5, n2 is equals to 2. Then this is not at all counted because the recent value of n2 only you should consider for the rest of the thing. So 2. So print n1 comma n2. This is a printing error. Okay, it's a printing error. Don't get confused. It is n1 comma n2, num1 comma num2. So what is num1 comma num2? Print this and this. 4 and output. Let me write here. Output 4 2 is the output. 4 2 is the output. 4 space 2. Then we'll go for this. So what is that? n1 is equals to 2 and n2 is equals to 6, and this entire thing is what? Okay, n1 is equals to n2. That means 6. 1 minute. Okay, I'll just erase this part and then do it. Okay, n1 is equals to n2, 6. What is n2? n2 is equals to n1 plus 2 plus 2. Okay, that is 4. So we'll get the output as what? We'll get the output as 6. 4 is the output. Okay, we're going to get 6 and 4 is the output. Then we'll go for this one. So what is A? A is equals to 50 floor division 5. It's just the division only. Quotient I should take it. Which quotient? Integer quotient will take it. This is going to be 10. So we're going to get the output as 10. Of course, there is an indentation error here. It should not be there. It should be here only. Here, there. That means no space. Should not give space. Okay, it should be right here aligned. So we'll go for the next question. That's going to be fourth one. They have not printed it properly. Fourth question, n1 is equals to 5 plus 5. Ma'am, what is 5 plus 5? 5 plus 5 is 10 or what? Tell me. What is 5? 5 is a string. String plus string is, you tell me, what is string plus string? I told you, I love myself. I love myself. No. Similarly, string plus string is a concatenation, joining of strings. That means this also should come here only. So 5 5, it is a string. So you're going to get the output as what? You're going to get the output as, okay, this is going to be 1 2 3, and fourth one is going to be what? 5 5, and fifth one is going to be, fifth is going to be bye-bye for that output prediction, right? This is the last one I told you. It is also telling me bye-bye. Bye-bye or hi-hi. I don't want to say bye-bye now because we have to do patterns. I'll just finish off with the patterns. Print bye equal to bye. Of course, bye is equal to bye only. No, string is matching. Okay, both are same. So that's why it is going to return true. True. Is it clear? So we have done with all the output prediction. So we have done with all the output prediction. Let me just check out. See, 1 2 3. Okay, yeah, it's done. So we just go for the patterns. Okay, so we'll just do some 3-4 pattern matching. Then your ideas will be very clear, and then you can do with any patterns if they ask in the exam. So we'll go with the patterns here. So what are the patterns? So I have a pattern like 1 2 3 4 5, and then 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 and 1. So this is the pattern we are supposed to write it. You have to supposed to print it. So very simple. I have to keep on printing the numbers. One row, second row, third row, fourth row, fifth row. I have to print it. Repetition is there, students. Very simple. Just write. Make use of a loop here. So which loop? I'm going to make use of a loop called for loop for I in range. So what is the value I needed? How many rows are there? 5 rows are there. Can I take it from 1 to 5, 1 to 6, or 0 to 5? 0 to 5, or 5 to 0. So what shall I take? Let's look at this and then decide. I have 5 rows for sure, and starting we have 5 elements to be printed. I'll start the value of 5 only and then keep decrementing. That will be better because the loop is getting decremented. Right, I have to go not from 1 to 5, not like that. It's better I keep decrementing after each row. So I'll take it from 5 till what? 5 till 0. 5 4 3 2 1. I need 1 also. I'll take it as 0 here, and then what I have to do? So this is going to be the row 1 is going to be 5, means this will be 4, 3, 2, 1 row number. This is going to be the row number. This is going to be 5th row, 4th row. Ultimately 5 rows we got it. No, ultimately it's that. So what we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then what I have to do, from 5 it is becoming 4, from 4 it is becoming 3. That means what we have to do, students, with respect to the step, I have to take it as -1. Okay, this part is clear. 5, then till 0, then -1. Easy. Okay, then we'll go colon is there. Then we have for j in range. For j in range, what number to be printed? This is with respect to the number of rows. Number of rows, and the j is for the elements or the numbers. Elements or the numbers or the characters. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Start from 1 till 5, right? So, let's start from 1 till where? Till the row number. Till the row number. Till the row number. So, I can just take it as what? 6 shall I take? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll take it till 6 because I need that 5 also. That's why I'll take it from 1 to 6, and I have to increment the value. What I have to do for each, I have to print the value, that is print j equal to j comma end equal to space. Okay, I'll just make it clear here. Print. Okay, let me erase and do it here, because that will be better, I think, when you're going with the flow. Okay, let me write it. Okay, this is going to be range, and this is going to be what? Print j comma end equal to space. This is going to be space. See, this is the changes that I have to make. See, this j also looking something else it is looking, students. What to do? I will change. I'll get adjust with this smart boards. Okay, is the point clear? For I in range we have from 5, 0 to -1, and for j in range from 1 to 6, and I'm keep incrementing. After 1 it will become 2, 2 become 3, 3 become 4, 3 become 4 becomes 5, means it is incrementing. No, that's done. I have done with 1, 2, 3, 4. See, this range means what? It is going to print the numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not excluding that, excluding 6. 6 will not come. So it is going to print this row. After that, see, this end is there. End equal to space means after this, everywhere we have a space. That is there. Here also one space will get. After j will get space. And after that, in the next loop, when it becomes 6, 6 is less than 6, it does not satisfy the condition, comes out of the loop, then go here, go here. Here means what? Next line. How will you go for the next line? Next line means press 1 enter key, ma'am. Python will not understand that enter key. No, what you have to give? You should give /n. You should give that end as a /n. By default, end as /n only. No, just write one print statement. Automatically, it takes that. Automatically it takes end is equals to /n, and it goes to the next line. Again it goes here. It begins with what? It's going to begin with 1. Sorry, I have to generalize this now. I can't take it because every time it will become 6 only. No, I'll take it as I plus 1. First loop, though, it will come properly. First row, it will come. What about the next loop? Next loop means this will be decremented. No, it should be from I plus 1. I plus 1 means what? 4 plus 1, 5. 5 means 1 to 4 only. So it should be I plus 1. Clear? Understood? So next we'll go for the other pattern matching. So it is similarly, let me clear it and then write it. So another pattern matching is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's not this. Okay, then let me write the pattern first properly and then this. So this pattern I have to write it. What is it? I'm going to start with for I in range. For I in range, I'm going to begin with 1. 1 till what? 1 till 6. and then I'm going to do it with 6. 1 to 6 only, no 5 rows I needed. And then here for j in range, begin with what? Begin with 1 only is there. 1 till where? Row number will write now. Row number. Row number, how will I give it? See, the row number is actually according to this, it is increasing. First row, second row, third row, fourth row. Even the values is also getting increased here. So I will take it in that way only, not in a decremented way. It's going to be in ascending way. Okay, not in descending way, ascending way only I take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If the row number is 1, and then print till 1 only. If it is 2, only print 2 numbers. That means till I plus 1. If it is 1, this also 1, 1 into 1, that value should come. No, 1 should come. This is 1 and 2, so 1 should come. Okay, print j value. Print j. Ma'am, j along with the space is needed. No, ma'am, what you're forgetting? Yes, students, I'm forgetting. Okay, and equal to space. Clear? So next it will go. Next row means what? Next line. Ma'am, give that enter key. Ma'am, how to give the enter key? Not here, I mean to say here. Enter key, how to give? Print statement. One print statement right here, not here. Here only, after loop end only. After this only it should come here. After this only it should come here. After completing one for loop. Getting my point? Understood? So this is how we print. Now the same thing if I give like this. Star, star, star. How many stars you want to give me, students? You tell me. 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, or 5 star. How many stars would you like to give me? Or no star? No star, any stars you can give me. So this pattern I want to print it. If I have to print this pattern, how do we write it? Very simple. The same thing I'm going to write it. Instead of printing j, I'm going to print star. That means what? Very simple. I'm going to erase this part. I'm going to erase this part and then write 1 star. Write 1 star. So whatever is there, this will become star now. Instead of printing j value, no, every time it should print this character. 1, 2. Okay, it will print, keep printing stars. Very simple. There is a j loop within the I loop. There is a j loop within the I loop. And what are you trying to tell? J loop within I loop. A loop within the loop is called what? Nested loop. Very good example. If you have to explain nested loop, just take this example and explain. Done. Clear? 5 marks. Easily you can get it. Okay, so we have done with the patterns, and they may ask you some sequence also. How will you print the numbers from 1 to 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50? You have to print the numbers. Means very simple. I can just take a foreign range starting from 5 till 51, 5, print I, comma, and equal to space. So they may ask you to print some sequence also. I was just telling you the same thing only. Very simple, wherein they will ask you one question in the part D with respect to the looping construct. Looping construct, what and all they may ask you? They may ask you pattern match pattern, or it can be with respect to a sequence like this. Keep printing 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. 51 does not satisfy the condition, comes out of the loop. It keeps printing in the same line by making use of and equals to space. And equals to space. So such looping iterations, okay, they will ask you the question. And one more question with respect to the multiplication table. I'll just do that part, multiplication table, and then we'll end. Okay, so multiplication table. Do you know multiplication table? Ma'am, what is there to write about multiplication table, ma'am? It is easy only. See, I just want to print 5 1s are 5, 5 2s are 10. like this, I have to do it. 50. I have to do it. That means what? I need every time printing these tables only, no? That means I will make use of a for loop. For I in range starts from what, students? 5, 5, 5, 5, everywhere it is fixed. Let us fix that also. Star, star, star is there, that also will fix it. 0, 1, 2, 3 is changing. No, that we will make it as I now. Starting from where? 1 till what? 10. But that I have to exclude, no? 11. 10 if I take it, it will go. So 1, 11, 1 increment. Okay, let's print now. Print. Ma'am, if they ask you 5 table, I can print it like this. How to print any table? Ask the user to enter the value, no? N is equals to int input, enter the number. Enter number. Int input, enter number. So print will generalize this 5 table, 31 table, or it can be 7 table or 18 table or 19 table, whatever table they have, that will be n. N, comma. Star, 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 star multiplication and all is common everywhere in the table. That we will put it in the string. As it is, it has to print. After that, it has to come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will be keep changing. That means I value. I not in quote. If you put it in quote, it will be wrong every time. 5 into 1, 5 into I, only it will come. As it is, it will come. Okay, after that, equal to is a string. Now what I should get? I should get 5 into 1, 5 into 2. This multiplication only I should do it. So it is very simple. N star I. You wrote it in one line. Is it okay if I write it? How to this you told, no, this will get printed. What about this? It goes for this iteration, print 1, and when it goes for the next one, end will be there, no? End is going to be slash n, no? It is going to go for the next line only automatically. You need not have to worry. That is all the code for multiplication table. Very simple one. It's very easy. It will be damn easy, students. You need not have to worry. But have that confidence to face the exam, you know, like with confidence. Okay, with a lot of hope. It'll never go wrong. You have put your efforts and don't be scared of the marks. Whatever the efforts, God will definitely give you the, like the marks. What you have attempted, what you have prepared, definitely it will give you. Don't worry about it. So whatever I've done so far, the passing package, so I told you, let me repeat once, it's just only 7 chapters you can prepare, and definitely you'll get 60 marks and above, especially if you do well with respect to the MCQs. Also including in those chapters, definitely it is 65 only you'll get it. Or else you need to put little more efforts with respect to the other chapters also for scoring 70. Is the point clear? So please do comment, and please do give your reviews, whatever you want to do it, so that there is a chance for improvement. And thank you so much, and then we'll wind up the session. Thank you.